Good morning. Loudoun County government is continuing with the project to rewrite zoning across rural Loudoun. And some of the people in rural Loudoun are hoping this is the chance to do more to protect Loudoun's scenic mountainsides. For Thursday, November 6th, it's your Loudoun Now Morning Minute. Head to Dodona Manor this Veterans Day for the 21st Annual Veterans Day celebration with the George C. Marshall International Center, the town of Leesburg, and Loudoun County. The fun starts at 10 a.m. with free tours of Dodona Manor, free coffee from Simply Bee, and free cookies from Mom's Apple Pie. At 11 a.m., a keynote address by ID.me founder and CEO Blake Hall. And at noon, free barbecue from Mission Barbecue and live music by Melissa Quinn Fox. Rain or shine, free parking and shuttle service by Cartwheels. Check out georgecmarshall.org/events. Thanks for being with us. I'm Rence Green. If you've been out to Western Loudoun, and on a clear day, even if you haven't, then you've noticed the mountains. Rural Loudoun has about 50,000 acres of steep slopes on its mountainsides. And since 1993, they've been protected in county zoning by the Mountainside Overlay District, which prohibits some kinds of development and puts additional scrutiny on others. Now, as the county government works to rewrite the zoning rules in rural Loudoun, a debate is unfolding on how best to protect our mountains. Some, like the Piedmont Environmental Council, have argued those mountains need stricter rules protecting them, pointing to the environmental benefits along with the impact they can have if they're disturbed and allowed to erode. Senior Land Use Field Representative Jim Bingle pointed out that when the tree cover on those slopes is replaced with grass or turf, they become more vulnerable to erosion, which can have literally downstream effects. In fact, a county government report in 2023 found that Loudoun's overall tree cover had increased over the past 11 years by about 3%. But putting in young, newly planted trees is not the same as protecting mature trees, which have more extensive root systems and do more to protect the land and clean the water, among other things. This is all, of course, to say nothing of the concerns around septic systems on the tops of mountains. To prevent any further deforestation and limit the environmental impacts of development along the county's ridgelines, the Friends of the Blue Ridge Mountains are proposing a list of uses that should not be permitted within the Mountain Overlay District at all. That includes country inns, rural resorts, one of which is proposed, RV parks, event facilities, rural restaurants, some retail uses, schools, conference facilities, country clubs, sports fields, and wineries. The county is nearing the end of the first phase of this project to rewrite zoning, which is about getting feedback from the community on these zoning regulations. Once that work is done, county staff will draft new zoning regulations based on that feedback, which will then go out for a new round of debate as they make their way through the county's process for zoning amendments. We'll be following along, of course, so go to loudounnow.com/Morning Minute to check out the whole story. In other news, Loudoun Economic Development has opened a small business consulting program at loudounbizmatch.com. The program is meant to match local small businesses with expert consultants for free for up to 10 hours. It's intended to address what they say is one of the biggest challenges facing small businesses: access to affordable, high-quality consulting in areas like sales and marketing, legal, finance, HR, and leadership. Loudoun Economic Development Executive Director Buddy Reiser said the program levels the playing field so small businesses can have the resources and connections to access that expertise. Up to 10 hours of assistance are fully subsidized by the department through the American Rescue Plan Act, or ARPA funding. Again, it's loudounbizmatch.com. Toys for Tots is looking for volunteers to host drop-off sites for gifts. Every year, the program collects new unwrapped toys to deliver to children in need across the region for the holidays. and they rely on local businesses, schools, and civic groups to host toy drop sites and to organize donation events. The toys are distributed through nonprofit organizations serving children and families in need throughout Loudoun County. Our local Toys for Tots campaign is operated by the Marine Corps Reserve and supported by the Marine Corps League Detachment 1205. If you can host a drop-off site, register before next Friday, November 15th at quantico-va.toysfortots.org. The link's in the story on our website. And applications are open for $25,000 scholarships from the National Society Daughters of the American Revolution. The DAR America 250 Scholarship is for college and graduate students studying American history, and they'll award the scholarship to 10 students next year to mark the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. The DAR gives more than 30 scholarships annually, awarding close to a total of $250,000 a year to students across the country. But in terms of individual awards, this is the largest scholarship they've ever provided. You can apply online at dar.academicworks.com, and the link and more information are in the story on our website. So get the full story on this and all these stories over at loudounnow.com. On today's Get Out Loudoun calendar, the Loudoun Community Cat Coalition, why am I not a member of that, is hosting Drink Beer Save Cats Bingo at Vanish Farmwoods Brewery. Why am I not a member of this? Today, starting at 5:30 p.m. Check out the rest of the events calendar at getoutloudon.com. And if you like the Morning Minute, make sure to include the podcast in your history of the United States to tell all your friends, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and it'll be waiting for you there every morning. Okay, have a great day.